The security guard placed his heavy hand on my shoulder. It was a Thursday afternoon. It was pouring rain in downtown Toronto. I was standing in the middle of a sleek, glass-walled office on the 45th floor of a massive financial tower. I was holding a small cardboard box. It contained my coffee mug, a framed picture of my dog, and a cheap potted plant. My boss, Richard, stood 20 feet away. He was wearing a custom Italian suit. He was drinking sparkling water. He watched the guard escort me toward the elevator. He did not look sorry. He looked victorious. He had just fired me. He confiscated my company laptop. He revoked my building access. And he legally transferred the ownership of my $50 million high-frequency trading algorithm entirely into his own name. He thought he had completely destroyed my career. He thought I was just a quiet, socially awkward software engineer who would go home, cry into my pillow, and update my resume. He forgot one absolute truth about software engineering. The person who builds the castle knows exactly where the trapdoors are hidden. And Richard had just locked himself inside a castle rigged with digital dynamite. My name is Elena. For 4 grueling years, I lived and breathed code. I worked for Vanguard Capital, a ruthless hedge fund on Bay Street. Richard was the senior managing director. He was a man who possessed absolutely zero technical skills, but possessed a massive, fragile ego. I worked 80-hour weeks. I slept under my desk. I missed holidays. I ruined my eyesight staring at glowing monitors in the dark. I was building a predictive machine learning algorithm. It was designed to analyze global supply chain data and execute microtrades faster than any human being alive. It was the holy grail of financial technology, and I built it from scratch. The algorithm was finally finished. We ran the final simulation on a Wednesday night. The results were staggering. The system was projected to generate $12 million in pure profit in the first quarter alone. I was exhausted, but I was thrilled. I thought I was going to be made a partner. I thought my life was about to change. Thursday morning, Richard called me into his massive corner office. The human resources director was sitting on the leather sofa. My stomach dropped. "You do not bring human resources to a promotion meeting." Richard sat behind his mahogany desk. He did not smile. He handed me a single sheet of paper. It was a termination notice. "We are letting you go, Elena," Richard said. His voice was completely flat. "Your recent performance has been erratic. You missed 3 minor deadlines last month. We need someone with a more stable professional track record to oversee the launch of my new algorithm." I stared at him in absolute disbelief. "Your new algorithm?" I asked. My voice was shaking with rage. "I wrote every single line of that architecture. You do not even know how to open the command terminal." Richard leaned forward. He gave me a condescending, predatory smile. "Check your employment contract, Elena. Section 4. Anything you develop on company time, using company servers, is the exclusive intellectual property of Vanguard Capital. And as the director of your division, I am the lead author on the patent. You were just the typist." He signaled the security guard. "Escort her out," Richard ordered. "Make sure she does not touch any keyboards on the way to the elevator." He stole 4 years of my life. He stole my masterpiece. He threw me out into the freezing rain with absolutely nothing. I took the subway home. I did not cry. I walked into my dark apartment, put my cardboard box on the kitchen counter, and opened my personal laptop. Richard was a corporate shark. He understood contracts. He understood corporate law. But he fundamentally misunderstood technology. When you build a system that complex, it is like raising a wild animal. It only recognizes the voice of its master. 6 months ago, I realized Richard was taking credit for my minor updates in board meetings. I saw the red flags. So I built an insurance policy. In the deepest layers of the neural network, buried under thousands of lines of encrypted security protocols, I wrote a ghost protocol. I called it the dead man switch. The algorithm was designed to automatically learn and adapt to market conditions. But to prevent it from going rogue, it required a manual cryptographic handshake from my personal administrative terminal every 14 days. If the system did not receive my specific encryption key, it would assume the network was compromised. And when the algorithm thought it was compromised, it did not shut down. Shutting down would trigger the IT department to fix it. Instead, it quietly reversed its own logic parameters. It would stop buying profitable assets. It would start aggressively shorting the strongest stocks in the market. It would execute thousands of catastrophic trades per second, designed to intentionally hemorrhage money. Richard fired me on a Thursday. My last cryptographic handshake was exactly 13 days ago. He had exactly 24 hours before the Ghost protocol activated. Friday morning arrived. The stock market opened at exactly 9:30. I sat on my living room couch, drinking a warm cup of herbal tea. I had 2 monitors set up, tracking the public trading data of Vanguard Capital. At 9:35, Richard officially launched the algorithm. I could imagine him standing in the trading room, wearing his custom suit, popping a bottle of expensive champagne, taking all the credit from the cheering investors. For the first 4 hours, the system ran on its residual memory. It made $2 million by lunchtime. The financial news networks started talking about Vanguard Capital's incredible new automated strategy. Then the clock hit 2 in the afternoon. The 14-day timer expired. The algorithm reached out for my encrypted handshake. It found nothing. My terminal was deactivated. The Ghost protocol initiated. I watched the red numbers flood my screen. It was beautiful. The algorithm started dumping high-yield technology stocks. It started heavily buying into failing offshore shell companies. It was executing trades so fast, the human brokers could not even see the data refreshing. At 2:15, Vanguard Capital lost $4 million. At 2:30, they lost $12 million. My cell phone started ringing. It was Richard. I watched his name flash on the screen. I let it ring. I took a sip of my tea. At 2:45, the algorithm triggered a massive margin call. It liquidated their entire blue-chip portfolio to cover the intentional losses. It wiped out $35 million of investor capital. My phone rang again, and again, and again. He was desperate. He was bleeding to death in real time. At exactly 3 o'clock, 1 hour before the market closed, I finally answered the phone. "Elena!" Richard screamed. His voice was completely broken. He was hyperventilating. In the background, I could hear alarms blaring on the trading floor. People were shouting in absolute panic. "Fix it! You have to fix it! The system is going insane! It locked us out of the main terminal! We cannot pull the plug!" I kept my voice perfectly level. "I am sorry, Richard," I said smoothly. "I am no longer an employee of Vanguard Capital. I do not have authorization to access your intellectual property." "I will give you your job back," he roared. He was crying. A grown man in an Italian suit, crying over a phone line. "I will double your salary. I will give you a corner office." "Just shut it down." "You think you won, Richard?" I whispered. The coldness in my voice finally made him stop screaming. "You stole the source code, but you forgot who wrote the encryption. The moment you executed that first trade today, the system was already looking for my biometric signature. You did not fire me. You just authorized your own bankruptcy." "Elena, please, they are going to arrest me," he begged. "The investors are calling the Securities and Exchange Commission. I am ruined." "Check your employment contract, Richard," I replied. "You are the lead author on the patent. The regulatory agencies are going to hold you personally responsible for every single illegal automated trade." I hung up the phone. I blocked his number. By 4 o'clock, the closing bell rang. Vanguard Capital had lost a total of $52 million. The hedge fund was completely insolvent. The fallout was catastrophic. The Securities and Exchange Commission raided their offices on Monday morning. Because Richard had explicitly legally claimed that he solely designed and controlled the algorithm, the federal investigators charged him with extreme financial negligence and market manipulation. He lost his custom suits. He lost his massive corner office. He was permanently banned from trading securities in North America. He is currently facing 5 to 10 years in federal prison. As for the algorithm, once Vanguard Capital filed for bankruptcy, all of their software assets were auctioned off by the liquidators to pay the furious investors. I attended the closed auction. Because nobody else possessed the decryption keys to make the corrupted system work. Nobody bid on it. I bought my own $50 million masterpiece back from the bankruptcy court for exactly $10,000. I restarted the system. I fed it the cryptographic handshake. I started my own private quantitative trading firm from my living room. I do not wear custom Italian suits. I wear comfortable sweatpants. I do not steal credit from anyone. I just watch the green numbers fill my screens. Never try to outsmart the person who builds the machines. We know exactly how to turn off the life support. Do you think Richard deserved federal prison? Or did I go too far? Let me know in the comments. And if you love watching arrogant bosses lose absolutely everything, hit the subscribe button. I have plenty more revenge stories to tell.